Hi girl, Eva here. Look, I just got out. And let me tell you something. If you're into big guns, outfits, Holland Taylor, questionable early 2000s CGI, Megan Good, high-tech spy gadgets, and of course Devon Aoki, then Debs 2005, it's absolutely for you. It is very Charlie's Angels coded, but if you cut 95% of the budget, made it even gayer somehow, and set the whole thing during their training days. And honestly, I think we need to talk about it, because what else could you possibly ask for? I mean, look at this uniform. The tie front shirt, the pleated miniskirt, and the pumps with no socks. Just excellence. Now, something really important that you need to know. This isn't a movie, it is a vibe. And once you get it, you get it. It opens by introducing 4 students who have been trained since high school to become spies at the Paramilitary Academy DEBS, which stands for Discipline, Energy, Beauty, and Strength. They're chosen through a hidden test in the SATs that measures their ability to fight, cheat, lie, and kill. How can you evaluate those abilities with an exam about reading, writing, and math, you might ask? Remember the vibe. You have to catch it, amor. Once you do, you understand. The 4 Debs are Max, runs the house, trigger happy, loves being a Deb. Dominic, smoker, likes company. French, Janet, she's there and she's in fact happy to be in said place. Amy, perfect score in the hidden test, wants to be in love, is doubting being a spy. The story begins in the Debs house. Mr. Phillips, or as the ladies call him, Mr. P, is in the background shouting, "Attention Debs, attention, emergency alert." Max gets up and goes room by room checking on everyone. Because it's early in the morning, probably a Monday, and the girls have things to do and locations to go. Dominic had a great night, Janet can find her gun, Amy's arguing with a dude through multiple devices, and Mr. P keeps reminding them that they have to get out. They do, get into a car, and then we learn that Amy has broken up with her boyfriend Bobby, an agent from a different organization. Amy continues by saying that she didn't feel the spark, the sizzle, and that's why she decided to end the relationship. But we don't have time for this drama because Lucy Diamond is back. And if you want to know who she is, let's check the Debs information retrieval system. Name, Lucy Diamond, alias Lucinda Reynolds. Date of birth, height, and weight, unknown. Eyes and hair, brown. Occupation, criminal mastermind. Last surviving member of the Reynolds crime syndicate. Skilled in all methods of hand-to-hand combat. Debs, approach with extreme caution. Very, very bad. And apparently, no one has fought Miss Lucinda and lived to tell about it. She is a big deal. Debs is a secret institution, and at the same time, everyone knows about them. Look at this newspaper article. Diamond still smuggling. Cops still struggling. Can the Debs save us this time? And to that, I just have to say, capital V, capital I, capital B, capital E, vibe. Mr. Phillips sends the girl list to surveil Lucy Diamond because she's the 3rd studio album of Ariana Grande, a dangerous woman, and she's going to meet an ex-KGB assassin named Ninoska Kaprova. And if you want to know who that is, let's check the Debs information retrieval system one more time. Trained in all aspects of the deadly arts. Approach with caution. Subject can be extremely needy and quite volatile. And you could say that whoever wrote that did Ninoshka dirty and was being messy, but I do think that's a fair description, I'm afraid. In the meantime, we go to Lucy's evil lair, where they have a sign that reads, "A good Deb is a dead Deb." Just to remind us that they're mortal enemies. There we know that Lucy's chief henchman and best friend Scott is setting her up for a blind date with Ninoshka. Younger me was so excited when that was established. I was and still am living. Lucy's hesitant about the date because she was dumped 2 years ago and that traumatized her. So Scott convinces her to be open to love and she agrees. Later that day, the Debs arrive at the restaurant Le Deux Amours. They're hanging from swings and are expecting to witness some criminal activities. I love how this ridiculously massive building and this pulley system are just vibing together. During the stakeout, Max mentions to her bestie Amy that she wants to be part of a special program run by the head of the agency, Miss Petrie, after the year-end dance Endgame. Amy tells her that she's thinking about taking some time off to go to art school in Barcelona, and Max is immediately opposed to it. What did I say to you the very first day of academy? That's my bunk, bitch. Okay, after I said that, debts stick together. So after 4 years, Max doesn't want to throw their hard work away because they're everywhere there's so Julia. Pretty much they are the it girls of the Debs Academy, and Amy agrees. While this is happening, the other members are arguing. Dominic calls Janet an idiot, and Janet reads her because of her French/English situation. And as someone that has an accent and mixes languages together, I feel very attacked right now. Bobby comes down to confront Amy about their breakup. This man does not leave her alone because he wants to know why she's unhappy. Amy replies that she needs more and that she's not in love with him. After that, he goes away. Everyone, stop what you're doing. Lucy Diamond is here. She sits down, interacts with Ninoshka, and is obviously not feeling her. Can we take a minute to appreciate how stunning Jordana Brewster is? Amy certainly does. Bobby comes down again because he's petty and wants back a bracelet that he gave Amy. The bracelet folds and lands in Lucy's plate. She looks up, sees them, a bottle of champagne pops, it's mistaken for a shot, and everyone starts firing. Once again, let's take a minute to appreciate how gorgeous Meagan Good is. I certainly did. Lucy blows off her date and tries to escape amid the chaos. The Debs split up to follow her, and Amy runs into Lucy in a storage room. They crash into each other, apologize, realize who they are, and end up in a standoff with their guns. Amy wants Lucy to come in, but Lucy says that she was just minding her own business on her blind date and that the Debs are the ones in the wrong. Amy thinks, hold on, wait a minute. You were on a blind date? I didn't know you were a ... That really torpedoes my thesis. Because Amy has been writing a paper on Lucy and there's not that much information about her. Do you recall the everyone who fights her dies thing? That's the reason. They talk, serve some face, Amy's getting charmed, gets distracted, and Lucy escapes, leaving a bunch of diamonds on the floor. When the other Debs arrive, they are shocked because Amy is the first federal agent who has ever encountered Lucy and lived to tell about it. On the road, Lucy announces to Scott that she met someone, and that is Amy. And he's against it. She's a Deb. Okay, not only she's a Deb, she's the perfect score. Well, their poster child doesn't know it yet, but she's into me. Look at that confidence, look at those bangs, appreciate it. Lucy goes to the Debs' residence, breaks through the security system, and gets to Amy's room. They start fighting, Amy wants to know why she's there, and Lucy explains that she came to help with her thesis. Right. They keep throwing hands, Lucy wins, and makes Amy go on a night out. Outside the house, they encounter Janet, and Lucy brings her along to avoid being discovered. So Amy, Lucy, Janet, and Scott go to an underground nightclub called the Junk Pit. And it looks fun, I will go there. Once inside, Lucy grabs Amy 2 beers and they sit down. Amy does not want to be there, but Lucy uses the thesis as a way to break the ice and they start talking. Amy mentions that she broke up with her boyfriend, and Lucy's more than interested. She wants to know more. And because Amy is a twice 10, she explains what is love to Lucy. Also, through their conversation, we learn that Lucinda's deadly reputation is a host. She's not into killing, and the agents who supposedly died while facing her were actually killed by things like frostbite and Ebola. While the ladies are doing their thing, Janet and Scott are playing a game and they're having a good time. Amy went from get away from me to I'm really glad I met you. So she's folding like a chair, she's biting her lips and everything, and I can't blame her. After seeing this, Lucy leans in to kiss her but is interrupted by Janet and Scott. Amy panics, she wants to go home, and they go back. Lucy wants to see her again. Amy says they can't, and Lucy tells her, I'm gonna come get you. After that, it's just more panicking. Amy doesn't know how to feel because she just had an awakening. Janet is worried because of the protocols that were broken and Amy's new crush. But the important thing is that Max cannot know about this. So Amy blackmails Janet with a got drunk on peach wine coolers and nearly got the Chancellor of Bulgaria killed incident that she covered, and they lie. The next day in the academy, diamond engagement. Lucy and Amy get together. Oh, that's not... Amy lives. Amy survives encounter. How many people were scared? Me too. Miss Petrie shows up, takes a couple of pics for her Insta, and talks to Amy. Basically, the boss is happy with the situation. She wants to know all of the details to develop a profile since no one has ever been this close to Lucy Diamond. She declares that Amy is their leading expert in the matter. Amy denies it, but Miss Petrie takes the liberty of accessing Amy's private files and begins reading her thesis. The document suggests that Lucy is likely a narcissistic sociopath and a victimized girl child, searching for the love of her father. And who said that? The boss believes that Amy and Lucy have a connection and they can use this to their advantage. Amy is nervous. Miss Petrie ignores it, promotes Amy as the captain, and Matt is furious because that was her role in the squad. This drama is not important because Lucy Diamond's on the move, robbery in progress, code 99. The Debs head to the bank where the looting is happening, and quickly after we discover that the heist is just a front for Lucy to see Amy again. The girls stumble upon an obvious trap. Matt points it out, but Amy disregards it. They clash, Amy pulls rank and forces everyone into the bank vault, where the group becomes trapped. Moments after, a chute opens, Amy gets to the basement, and Lucy's there waiting for her. Meanwhile, in the vault, this cannot get any worse. The ceiling sprouts large spikes and begins to descend. Trap. Back in the basement, Lucy explains that she wanted to apologize for what happened the prior night because she was out of line. Right. And Amy yells that everything has gone too far, that she cannot be there, and to release the hostages. In the vault, the three Debs are fighting for their lives. Down south, Amy apologizes because she's a bit stressed out and she might be coming off too strong. Then she says, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I mean, I really like you, but I don't like you. Lucinda's disappointed, you can see it on her face, but she understands. Then Amy finds out about the booby trap and makes Lucy deactivate it. Lucy confesses that she's never felt more alive than when she's with Amy and tries to walk away. But Amy pulls her back, unable to resist the attraction any longer, and they kiss. Come with me. Come on, what do you have to lose? Everything. That is so bad. So Dominic, Janet, and Matt get to the basement. They find diamonds, Amy's tie, and the sentence, I have the girl on the wall. The perfect score has been kidnapped. That's what everyone thinks except Janet. She has been doing some inside trading and she knows which companies to invest in. While all of this is going on, Amy and Lucy are having a field day, enjoying each other, blowing things up, and gifting handcuffs. Everybody's looking for Amy. Operations are underway, and Janet has been calling her, but she's not picking up. The ladies have a chat about their life choices, careers, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Amy wants to go to art school, Lucy wants to chill, stuff like that. They share a kiss, and it's really wholesome. Do you remember Ninochka Kaprova, Katya's little sister? This diva sees the lovebirds together, and she rats them out. Matt shares the news about the lead, and Janet tries to warn Amy, but she's a bit busy at the moment. Then, the remaining Debs and Bobby close in on Lucy's lair. They have a battle against the bad guys and win. These two are playing, giggling, kicking their feet, and saying I love you after a week together, which is the most realistic thing you will ever see in this vibe. The spies keep exploring the place, opening doors, looking everywhere, and they catch Amy and Lucy getting freaky. Amy says it's not what you think. Bobby and Matt are too stunned to speak and walk away. Dominic replies, I hope it was worth it. And Janet tells her, you should really check your messages. This is a disaster. Amy feels bad, goes back to the house, and everyone is there. Miss Petrie's pissed off because a nationwide manhunt took place and Amy was cuddling with her nemesis. The director is ready to get rid of Amy, but Matt steps in with an alternative. Here's the plan. Since no one outside the inner circle knows what happened, they will say that Amy was in real danger and she was rescued just in time. That way, everyone's reputations remain intact. Matt also wants Amy to win Deb of the Year and give a speech to reinforce the lie. With the scheme in motion, Amy receives the cold shoulder from her friends because of her deception. Matt is not forgiving her. Dominic says that she's not as boring as she thought, but she's not as bright either. Bobby doesn't want to hear what she has to say, and Janet is sad because she knew the T didn't tell a soul, and that caused her a recommendation. During a mission, Bobby approaches Amy, gives her an ugly bracelet, and asks to go to Endgame together. Amy kinda agrees. Back in the house, Lucy shows up in Amy's room. She tries to charm her, but Miss Girl is not having it. Amy alerts the others, they grab their guns, and Max shoots Lucy, but she gets away. Once again, Shine Bright Like a Diamond is heartbroken. She thought Amy was different, but then she has a conversation with Scott where she expresses how being bad doesn't feel good anymore, and how she's willing to give everything up, her life of crime, to get Amy back. A Little Respect by Erasure starts playing, and we get a montage of Lucinda returning everything she stole, sending gifts to Amy, and trying to be a good person. Prom night is here. The girls are dolled up, Lucy's about to crash the party, and Amy's looking miserable. While finalizing Amy's speech, Max is surprised by Janet and Dominic's change of heart. Basically, they're wondering if Amy is actually in love. Lucy's opening locked windows, crawling through vents, but she's spotted and Bobby goes after her. Meanwhile, in the venue, Miss Petrie is about to announce the death of the year. She's talking about how Amy survived one of the worst tragedies that could ever happen, how she was kidnapped, held hostage, just a bunch of lies. Amy is called onto the stage and she's expected to repeat the same story, which she does until she sees Lucy, who is being held at gunpoint. They smile at each other, flirt a bit. Amy takes back her entire speech and admits that the days that she spent with Lucy Diamond were the happiest days of her life. After that, she runs off stage and Lucy escapes from Bobby. The crowd is astonished. But who cares about this drama? It's Lucy Diamond, she's here. Everybody, run for your lives. That causes havoc, disorder, people going left, right, front, and back, while others are trying to catch Lucy. And just like their first encounter, Amy and Lucy meet in a storage room. They share a kiss and it's lovely. Dominic, Janet, and Max catch up to them. They raise their guns and something is about to go down. But Amy reminds Max, "What did I tell you the first time I met you? High protein diets are overrated. After that we'll always be friends. I meant it." Max looks like she still wants Lucy dead, but she pauses to reflect and accepts that her best friend is in love. She is finally okay with letting Amy go. The Debs share their farewell and a hug. Dominic says that she really never liked Amy, but is sad to see her go. Janet mentions that she will miss her and asks for her room. And Amy tells Max to rule the school, and Max replies that she always does. Then the couple takes off and Max throws Bobby and the others off their trail. The story ends with Amy and Lucy driving away into the night. So that is Debs, and it's really bad. Those special effects are in a league of their own, but I still enjoy it. Like Devon Aoki's character always smoking even when she's about to die because she's a real French. Jordana Brewster's bone structure, Sarah Paulson's wifey, the bags of money with huge dollar signs. Overall, this vibe is really stupid and wacky, but to me it's fun. I like seeing women serving and doing silly stuff. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Please feel free to like and subscribe. And don't forget, security starts at home. Only you can spy on your neighbor. See you in the next one. Bye bye.